My name is Hifazat Ahmed, or Faz. I was running a show called DX3, which was premium retail marketing tech show. And apart from that, I've done things in sort of public sector, Internet of Things, big data. I've been in event space for about 20 years now. I've done events in 4 continents, over 200 shows. So I mean, when I started, there was no software, basically a workflow, right? So that's how we used to do it back in the day. The challenge I had within sort of what I was trying to achieve was that there were solutions available, but they were multifaceted, as in there are 2 or 3 different solutions you had to look for. So either it was someone who was doing your registration and badge printing, but they're not doing your sort of badge stock and lanyards and stuff, and they're also not doing the payments. Or there's a platform that's doing your marketing, but they're not really processing your badges. If someone is doing marketing and they may be doing some event ops where you can sort of see the agenda and the logos and stuff, the sponsors and the descriptions, but they want it integrated. So I ended up invariably have to use 3 or 4 different vendors to get to the same point. My experience with Backstage in that sense was fantastic, and I commend the Backstage team tremendously for that. Like, they were available to me 24/7. I mean, it's not healthy to be working 24/7, but it was needed, right? And they would try to resolve my problems as they occurred. Obviously, it was my first time using Backstage, so there is a lot of learning on our part also. And sometimes you're not really learning things because you're in a different space. A developer or someone who's building your platform has a very different perspective of how to get things done. As a user, your perspective is very different. So they were available fully whenever I needed to ask a question. They were very patient. So for me, that was a big deal. Backstage offered me end-to-end, right? Like, the fact that I can have them come to the show and actually print my badges and man my booth was massive support to me. The integration, everything worked within our system. The option was that I could build my website on Backstage, or I can have my own website now. So the experience from an attendee's point of view is that, I mean, attendees want to come in and know that if I show up, I don't have to have the hassle, right? If I give them my phone number, if I give them my name, my company name, they'll find me. So from the attendee experience, the attendees want to come in and know that there would be no hassles at the check-in for them, right? So they want to understand that, okay, if I'm going to an event, I do not have to carry a bunch of things with me. I do not have to go into my emails and scan things. Obviously, as event organizers, we are tempted to send a lot of information out, and which is fair enough. We think we've done our job, but it doesn't mean the attendee is going to read every single email that's coming to them. So we don't have any of those problems. So people will come in, give their name, phone number. If they have a code, great. If not, we'll find them, print their badge right away. The other things attendees had been asking us for a couple of years was that they wanted to understand, what sessions are going on, and to be able to customize their participation. So be able to add things to their sessions, to be able to add things to their calendar, but also the meetings. People wanted to be able to set up meetings. So when they come in, they say, okay, I've got 6 meetings, 8 meetings set up. So that was the other element. And we did get feedback from people on that also, which was, hey, they liked that part. Look, if someone is hesitant, then you have to understand, why are you hesitant? So my problem, as I said, was that I didn't want multiple systems. I wanted one system that would do everything end to end. And my breakdown in end-to-end was always either on the collection side in terms of the payments that were coming through and be able to track that, or it was on the badge printing side. The middle segment, multiple businesses do that, but they weren't doing both sides. If your pain points are that I want to be able to track what my emails are doing, what my data is performing, to be able to track who's registering, what discount, what number, and everything. But also take the journey all the way to, okay, who's come in today, who's checked into the session, lead scan, sharing that lead with sponsors, with exhibitors, then this is the solution. Once again, the thing that worked for me more than anything else was the customer support. That is something I cannot say enough about. I had absolutely fantastic experience in terms of Backstage team was available, they would respond, they would share their insight, they would educate me. And on top of that, it was priced better than what I was getting in the marketplace. So for me, it was okay, there's no reason for me not to work with them.